If you've seen the Raid Alice's Adventure YouTube video, then you're probably wondering what is it all about and how can you get Alice the Wanderer in Raid Shadow Legends and how does it all work out? I'm going to explain everything in this video, how to get her, how to get some special rewards for her, and also how to maximize her potential by building the right kind of gear for her to ensure that she is the best she can possibly be. Because she's a really good legendary hero, but if you're sort of new to Raid, then you may want to know how to build her properly. So first things first, if you are a new player, you can actually use my QR code right here above my head, or click the link in the description or the pinned comment, and you'll actually get a couple free champions alongside what I'm going to talk about with Alice the Wanderer. So you will also get UUGO as soon as you create your account, who is a really good healer, one of the best healers in the game, who's really useful. And then at level 15, you'll get RECTOR DRATH, another really good healer champion. So two really good healer champions that are going to keep you alive in arenas and Hydra and a bunch of other stuff. Now, also, on top of that, if you go to the promo code section and type in Monkey King, you will get Sun Wukong. And you need to do this within 24 hours of starting a new account. Sun Wukong is one of the best, most versatile legendaries that can do so much for your team. I've built him as an arena nuker for PvP, but he can be good for PvE. He can be built in so many different ways, so he's really worth picking up. So with that out of the way, let's focus on the Alice Chase event, the Alice Adventure event, right? This all starts when you first open up the game. You have a 14-day period to try and get Alice. And you know what? It's not hard. All you need to do is log in for 14 days in a row and click these buttons day after day, and you will get Alice. It is that simple. And, oh, well, actually, even after day 7, you'll get Alice. And then day 14, you'll get 2 perfect souls for her, making her even better. But that's only when it first starts. Like, these things are pretty easy. Logging in for 14 days, pretty straightforward. Open up the game, press a button, you're good to go. Then you'll unlock phase 2. Now this is really important because you'll want to try and get these extra perfect souls for Alice. If you don't, you'll be missing out on her true potential. Getting more perfect souls for her is going to be really useful. So the way to do that, right, is you actually need to be a bit more active. After you've done these first 14 days, you only have 21 days to do this. So make sure you're ready. You got some time ahead and you're preparing for this. All you need to do is log on every day and do campaigns, dungeons, faction wars, arenas, and clan bosses. Just taking part in these actions will get you flags. Now you can only get 75 flags per day, and you'll need 1,050 to get all of the rewards from the Alice Chase event. So you need to log on every day and make sure you do enough activity. To activate it, you just need to click the 3 lines here, and then you can find the Alice Chase event. So you need to get 75 flags per day. So keep track of your progress. Honestly, the easiest thing to start with, you can go to arena. You can do your classic arena and get 20 straight away there because you get 10 arena tokens every time, right? That's nice. 20 points straight from there. And then we can go do some campaign farming if you want to earn a bit of gold and also level up some food champions. Maybe you could go do this one, right? Farm this. It's going to be the most efficient way to get XP and silver for your energy. So make sure that you don't put on super raids for this and you just go and farm this out for a bit. That's going to get you a decent amount of progress on the Alice Chase event as well. Now, not only that, we have clan bosses. Now, clan bosses are a bit harder to do if you're a newer account, so try not to worry too much about that. But you can do it without wasting energy, so you can give it a go. Best one to start with is Demon Lord. It's a little bit easier to deal with, so that doesn't cost energy, so make sure to do that. And then on top of that, you have faction wars, which once again cost keys and not energy. So you can maximize the flags you get without really playing too much by focusing on arena, clan bosses, faction wars, and campaign. Dungeons cost energy, so only do that if you're specifically going to build certain items. Now, once you've got Alice the Wanderer, you're definitely going to want to level her up. max her out, and if you can, get her to level 60. That's going to be sort of long term. She'll start at max level 50 with 5 stars. So once you've got her to level 50 to begin with, what you want to do is build her with critical rate. The higher critical rate you can get, the better. You want to try and get 100% critical rate, because that means every single hit you do is going to be hitting that extra critical damage. So in my case, if we look at this, I don't quite have it yet. I'm still working on it. I've been building Sun Wukong and Kale, so I'm still not able to put in enough resources to fully max this out. But you want to try and go for critical rate. So how do you do that? Well, the best way, honestly, is to go to battle, go to dungeons, go to Dragon's Lair, and get as high stage as you possibly can, and farm this like crazy. Every time you farm it, you're going to get 1 artifact. And then, once you've done that, you want to go to your champions, select Alice the Wanderer, click on the gear, go filter, go priority stats, and put critical rate % as high. And this will then put all of the most highest critical rate items at the front. Specifically, gloves are going to most likely have a critical rate stat as their primary stat. So this stat here, the one at the top near the rarity, that is its primary stat. So if you can get gloves that have critical rate as primary, definitely equip that, and then go here and upgrade it and try and get it to level 16, which is max level. So in that case, maxing out some gloves with critical rate as its primary stat is going to give you the biggest boost in critical rate damage, which is what you really want for Alice the Wanderer. So then you can start getting extra critical rates on the rest of your items and critical damage as well as attack. So you want to build attack, critical damage, and critical rate. So for example, on my helmet, I've got a critical rate here, extra 11%. Got critical rate here, an extra 5%. And this divine critical rate set also gives you bonuses. So if you've got any sets that give you extra critical rate, for example, these critical rate things here, you can use those. And just try and get anything that has critical rate, equip that, and then upgrade it. Don't upgrade things that don't have any critical rate stats, otherwise you're wasting out on her potential. If you really, really want to get critical rate, one of the things you can do, and honestly, I'd only suggest this if you're sort of newer to the game, is go to dungeons and then go to Ice Golem's Peak, because you can get critical rate artifacts here. That's not going to be every time, but it's going to be, you know, fairly often. So if you want a critical rate artifacts, you can do that, and that can be sort of like a new set to go through if you're fairly new to the game. So for example here, if we go to our, I think I got a couple, like I could put these boots on and it will give me a nice bonus, right? I can get critical rate plus 12%. Then my boots actually have 27 speed, and boots have speed, like they can be primary stats as speed with boots, and speed's really useful. So I'm not going to equip that personally, but you could get a bunch of extra critical rate to really boost it up. You know, if I equip this, for example, and two of these, I'm going to get plus 12%. So that's pretty good. Now I want to showcase Alice the Wanderer's potential. Once you've got her on a really high critical rate, let's do an arena. I like to show this in arena. Let's refresh the list. All right, let's go and check it out then. So we're going to go and start this battle. And looks like they got a bit more speed than us. So they're going to go first. No problem. So we'll do our main attack here with some Wukong. A nice AoE damage there. And then we're going to do Alice the Wanderer's attack. Let's focus on... let's go Wukong. Look at that. Absolutely destroyed. See how much damage that was? That was a level 50, 2 level 50s. Insta destroyed. So you can see how much damage you can do when you build critical rate. And then cleaning up is going to be pretty straightforward at this point. Really isn't going to be hard. Turn him into a sheep. Go on, why not? There we go. Get some poison on him. Poor little sheepy. Then we're going to go for this attack again. Ready? Blam! So much damage. You can see the potential there. Now, whilst you're building Alice the Wanderer, you may want to check out the events and the tournaments going on. These can be some ways to get some extra rewards. For example, the Queen's Fury tournament. This goes on fairly often at the moment. This is a specific dungeon focused on the, you know, the whole Alice the Wanderer sort of event going on. It's an event dungeon. So this one has quite a lot of different rewards, including curing and critical rate drops. So you can get it from this, which is nice. As well as pinpoint. Pinpoint can be quite good because it gives you accuracy and speed. It's a nice way to farm up. And once you farm that up, you can make your progress in that tournament and you can get some rewards. Now, if you rank higher on the leaderboard as you progress, you'll get more rewards. But even if you don't get in the top 10 or something, as you get more progress towards this, you'll unlock silver, multi-battles, gems, even like soul stones, you know? So there's a lot of rewards to kind of go for. So if you need to farm a champion, let's say you need to level them up or whatever, and, you know, most of the time it does make sense to go and do that sort of 12-3 mission, right? That's the most famous one. But if you also want to try and make progress on like a tournament or an event, then you can do that and still level up your champions whilst making progress on these and getting extra rewards along the way. So definitely something to consider. So that's really everything about Alice the Wanderer that you need to know. And yeah, good luck if you go and try and get her yourself. And make sure to use my QR code above if you want to try out Raid Shadow Legends for yourself. Once again, using my link will get you UUGO as soon as you've started your account, an amazing healer. And then you'll also get RECTOR DRATH at level 15. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio.